Wake up Wednesday. Welcome, welcome. And it's time to wake up. This is your call. This is your wake up call to wake up to your life. Wake up to your life. My name's Brenda Kiss. For those that are just joining and don't know me, I'm your host and your coach here in our Kiss Your Struggles Healing Sisterhood community. And it is my privilege to be here with you. And I am honored that you're here with me. And, my mission is to help women turn their struggles into miracles, to help you turn all of your past struggles into miracles so that you can live the life that you truly want to live. And today I want to talk about fear. Right? Drop below fear, the word fear, drop the word F, the letter F, like F this, if you are tired of having fear run your life. Fear is not uncommon. It's a survival mechanism that we have. And it also keeps you locked out of things that you want in your life. Right? It reminds me of a story about a client that I had, one of my first clients, and her biggest thing that she valued most in her life was her daughter, and her daughter lived states and states and states away from her, and probably about a 5 to 6 hour drive, many bridges, many highways, many states. And here's what was happening. She was limiting the time that she would see her because she had a fear of driving. She had a fear of driving on highways. She had a fear of driving over bridges. She had a fear of getting behind the wheel and going to visit her daughter. So her fear and her fear was keeping her out of something that she truly loved, keeping her away from having to see her daughter, or putting her in so much anxiety and stress to go see her daughter, right? So fear is false evidence appearing real. And what happens is, when she got over that fear, when she and I worked together to alleviate that fear of driving, that fear of being on the highway, she has now traveled across the country to different places to go, because now she's free. On the other side of fear is freedom, and now she's free to travel. So she took all of her energy, took all of the anxiety, the angst, the fear, the contraction, and she let that push her forward into opening up. And the way she did this was by taking a step outside of your comfort zone. Taking a step outside of your comfort zone. See, she didn't let fear stop her. She recognized it. She saw that it was there, and then she took a step outside of her comfort zone. She took a step into a direction that was not something that she intended to do. She took a step to take care of herself because she was ready to let fear go, right? So fear is just a way to keep you in your comfort zone, to keep you safe, to keep you trapped. See, you can be in suffering and be totally comfortable with being in suffering. And yet the moment you step out, you say you want to step out of suffering, and you go to step out, and it's so uncomfortable that feeling is so much more uncomfortable than the comfortability-ness of being in suffering. So you got to let that feeling of suffering, that pain, that hurt, that missed opportunity, take all of that, everything you want, and propel you to be in the uncomfortableness. I know I make up words, of the new experience, right? And the new experience. So it reminds me, just this past summer, my children, we were in the mountains, and my children wanted to go ziplining, and it's something I totally wanted to do. I've always wanted to zip line through the mountains. I love the mountains, and I'm an adrenaline seeker. I love that thrill. Like, I've done bungee jumping. I want to go airplane diving. And here's the thing. When we put the harness on, that fun piece went away to fear. And then the drive up the mountain, the more fear started to live in my body in that moment, right? I get to the top of the mountain and I see how high we are and how long this zip line is. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is scary. And I decided then that I was going to take all of this fear, nervousness, nervousness and excitement have almost the same feeling. It has the same reaction in the body. And I decided to think of the outcome that I wanted, think of the fun that I was going to have, right? So thinking of the things that I wanted was more compelling to me than being in the fear of, holy crap, what's going on, right? So I didn't think about the possibility of getting hurt or the possibility of something going wrong. I thought about the free feeling that I would have flying on the zip line, the wind in my face, the view I was going to be able to see. Right. So the second part of using your energy to your fear to shift is the one to steps to get uncomfortable with the new feeling, right? Take the step into the uncomfortableness. 2 is to focus on what you want, focus on where you want to go and what you want to do. Right. That is another way to use your fear energy, and then use that same energy, that same intensity that you have the fear around, and put that same energy, that same intensity into the things that you want, into the outcome that you want to live. Because where you put your energy, where you put your focus and energy, that expands and that grows. So if you get stuck in the fear, drop below if you understand. Just drop below if you're getting this. Say, yes, I'm getting this. Yes, I'm getting this. Put that same energy. If you're putting that energy into your fear, you're growing your fear. So it's taking that and shifting it over to the things that you want. Which brings me to another story, because it's really interesting, right? Like, fear shows up in different ways. So one, it was driving with my client. This was the zip lining, going on the zip lining, being on that's a choice, right? That's not necessarily everyday living, but it was also still a fear. And so the next piece is taking courageous acts. Having courage to make change, having courage to say yes to you beyond what your fears are. Having courage to do that is the next step in using that energy of fear and putting it into where you want to go, right? So it reminds me of a time where I went to invest in myself. Years and years ago, I wasn't working. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I wanted to invest in this coaching program. Hi there. I wanted to invest in this coaching program, and it was way beyond my comfort zone of investing. It was way more than I ever thought I would invest in myself. I never even thought of investing in myself outside of college. It was way more than any of that. And but it was for a certification so that I could help more women and help more people, and like yourself. And I was so outside of my comfort zone, and I didn't know how I was going to make the investment. I knew I wanted to, I just didn't know how I was going to pay for it, right? Like, I knew in my heart I wanted to. So there was fear around not being to pay my bills, not showing up ready to be open and present to the learning, because I was concerned about how I was going to pay for it. And I'll tell you this, taking that fear and putting it into solutions instead of the problem per se, the money that I didn't know where it was going to come, and putting it into solutions. What can I do to create this income? What can I do to make this happen for myself? How can I allow myself to receive even more money so that I can invest in this program? Those were questions. So shifting your perspective to, how is this going? How am I ever going to make this happen? To what can I do to make things happen? Right. That's another way of taking the fear, changing the perspective, and using it so that you can make things happen. Right. So drop below, which technique are you going to use today? Are you going to step outside of your comfort zone of being comfortably miserable and step into this space of owning and knowing that you deserve a better way? Are you going to let fear run your life? You're going to choose to let your fear propel you in taking action, putting your focus on where you want to go, and not let it be the reason that you stop doing things. So if you're going to say F fear, drop F fear below if you're ready to take action on yourself and move forward. And one thing I want to offer you today, I'm super, super excited. And this is something that I have not done in just about a year, I should say. I do a lot of group classes. I believe in group classes. I think they're super powerful. And I think one-on-one is also very powerful. So for the first time in 11 months, I'm opening up only three spots for, you know what I'll do is I'll actually open it up for the first for the next 24 hours for those that go ahead and direct message me or go to callwithbrenda.com and book an introductory call. What I'll do is I'm offering an opportunity to work with me one-on-one, to fear, to get rid of fear, to move past where you are, to get you to where you want to go. So if you want to step outside of your comfort zone, if you want to learn how to shift your perspective and really use your fear to move you forward, if you're ready to fear, this is your opportunity. I don't know when the next time I will offer this opportunity. In fact, like I said, it's been 11 months since I offered an opportunity to work with me one-on-one. So go ahead and direct message me or go to callwithbrenda.com. I'll put that in the chat so that you can just click the link there and set up a time to talk, and I'll see if this is the right avenue for you. And maybe it is, and maybe it's not. Maybe I'll direct you to where you want to go. But whatever you do, take your fear energy and shift it to propel you towards the life you want. I love you so much. Have a fabulous, awesome, amazing day. Bye now. Wake up.